The only ideas that we say no to are that this won't ever make sense to people, that why we did it as a brand.
Right.
If it's fitting there, if it's making sense, then it's not impacting my brand image. I'd do anything stupid just on the internet to
I
get
think
those ideas.
1 week later you posted that there have been 16,400 orders. So how much sleep have you got in the last 10 days?
At a cumulative level, maybe it's fine, but at a daily average, if you look at it, it's not good. That's part of the grind, it's part of the hustle, and it's fun. It's really fun too, because at the end of it, when you see that your sleepless nights are also getting paid off, my hard work also paid off. So
Right.
it's fulfilling work. The clarity meant that, at least everyone on the team is on the same page before this happens, because you won't have time as soon as the episode airs to rewrite plans, to make a new plan. You'll have to make a good plan, and then at least stick to it, is what you'll have to do. That's what provides the clarity in chaos.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Chinet, the agentic commerce podcast exploring how brands are building in an AI world. Most companies dream of the viral moment, the Shark Tank appearance that changes everything, the offer from investors that validates years of work. But what nobody talks about is what happens in the next few hours after an episode airs. When your website is ka-chinging like crazy, 16,000 orders flood within a week. When your 15% team suddenly has to process more than 1,000 orders per person while staying sane. My guest today lived that exact moment a few days ago. Aasis Katyal is a founding member at goatlife, India's high-protein overnight oats brand that appeared on Shark Tank India Season 5. They walked in asking for 36 lakhs, and their founder walked out with offers from all 5 sharks and closed a 2 crore deal with Aman, Gupta and Anupam Mittal. Ashish, a very warm welcome to China.
Thank you so much. Thanks for that introduction. Great.
Wonderful, great.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure. So, Ashish, if you could give a small introduction about yourself to our audience.
To give you a small brief about me, I am from Delhi. Other than that, I have been a founding member at goatlife. So having scaled the brand from less than 2 lakhs to over, well, the number is still going on this month. So fingers crossed for that. Other than that, prior to goatlife, I was at a D2C brand itself, TAC, the Ayurveda Co. Another Shark Tank brand for that matter. They
Right.
appeared on season 2. So I was there as well. And before that, it was a totally different ballgame. I was a trader,
Wow.
a commodities future trader at a firm called Futures First. Did that for 6-7 months, and then transitioned into D2C.
Amazing.
Pretty much about me.
Lovely. So let's directly get into the topic of this discussion for today.
Absolutely.
So we're around 11 days apart, and I think 1 week later you'd posted that there've been 16,400 orders. So how much sleep have you got in the last 10 days?
I mean, at a cumulative level, maybe it's fine, but at a daily average, if you look at it, it's not good. But yeah, it's part of it. That's part of the grind. It's part of the hustle, and it's fun. Because at the end of it, when you see that your sleepless nights are also getting paid off,
Right.
you get that instant gratification that, all right, my hard work also paid off. So
Right.
it's fulfilling work, at least right now, because you have so many eyeballs on you.
Correct.
Everything is falling straight. So this is the time that we spent the last 10 months just envisioning, you can call it manifesting, just waiting for this moment that, we're working hard right now and someday this is going to happen for us. And it
Right.
happened. So we just have to be grateful right now.
Amazing. Yeah, of course. This is these are defining moments when you actually prove yourself as a team and prove your team that we are the ones to do this and we can do this. I think it was 9th January, 8 p.m. Your episode aired, right? And went viral all around. We'd actually spoken before, and I knew, you told me that okay, the episode is gonna air on 9th, but I don't think I at least I had no idea that it's gonna blow up so much, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through the first couple of hours after the episode airs. When did the first order come in? Like where were you? What were you doing at that time?
Right, so we did a small screening party with our team and some of the people who've been a part of this journey some way or the other. Our investors who
Right.
bet on us super early, some of our founder friends who've helped us throughout this journey. So
Right.
we were at a screening party. While we were at that party, the team was working around, loitering around with laptops.
Right.
Because while everyone can enjoy that pitch, we were still worried in our heads that, something doesn't break.
Right.
The checkout is going fine.
Okay.
The sessions are spiking. Is there some page that is loading slowly? Do we
Correct.
need to make any changes with the website? So all of that. The first order. So let's say you're a brand who is going to come on Shark Tank. There are
Right.
few touch points where you can expect spikes. So there is the first spike is when they drop a teaser about your
Correct.
brand, about the main pitch that is going to air. They usually do this during the same week. So
Right.
let's say if since our pitch got fast tracked and while it was supposed to happen much later, it happened earlier for us. So since it was the first week, the teaser for our episode started dropping around 7th, 8th. So that's when you start seeing a slight spike because that's when the curiosity also starts building
Correct.
up. The second spike is when the episode goes live on Sony Live at 8 p.m.
Right.
That's when you start to see some traction building. Major spike comes when the uh, episode airs on television at
Hmm.
10.
Right.
And the spike actually starts when the first ad commercial hits the
Okay.
episode. That's
Right.
when people pick up the phone key. Oh,
Let's see and let's order.
let's see.
Right.
Yeah, that's when
Correct.
it started happening for us. Now, these are the first initial. This you can expect within 1 week. All
Right.
of these spikes, and in fact, two of them to happen this within a matter of 2 hours.
Hmm.
The Sony Live and television.
Right.
Next is when they are going to post their episode on YouTube.
YouTube. Right.
That is going to be one of now we're expecting that it's going to be a slightly higher spike than what we've already experienced,
Right.
given the nature of YouTube.
Correct.
That's everyone. Everyone has YouTube.
Right.
So yeah, we're waiting for that. We're prepping for that. We have no clarity from the Shark Tank team that when it's going to go on YouTube.
Right.
So we're just hanging. Ek din aa jayega.
And then
So
it'll be
we'll be just sorting out the pieces.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Amazing. Yeah. Very interesting. The way you have to prepare for it. That's you know
Oh,
something's coming, but yeah, but you have no idea of the scale
when
or
it's
when
going
it's
to
gonna
drop.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first 1 week, there you I saw your post. Where you posted that you got 6,000 orders on your website, some 2,500 orders on Amazon, 8,000 on Blinkit. So before that episode, how were your preparations and expectations for week one?
All right. So we were pretty close to our estimations and projections
Mm-hmm.
because we spoke to a lot of brands
Right.
that this is a big moment for us. We cannot fall short. But the issue that happened with us was that our shoot happened in the first week of December, while the shoots had started sometime in September and October. So we
Okay.
were expecting, since our episode was shot like 1 week before the final wrap up happened. So you're expecting that our episode will also air sometime later, maybe sometime in Feb. Well, that wasn't the case. Just the process of filling it up, just the process of interacting with the Shark Tank team so
Right.
much, it reinforces, your business metrics into you that you know now that what you have to bet onto. So we knew the SKUs that we had to load up everything, but now comes the next part when you have to accept that there are going to be few things that you will miss. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot be like we were planning that we'd go live on Flipkart, but since the episode got shot up so early, we had to leave that opportunity off the table. So that's how
Hmm.
I believe, you maintain that sense of calm and clarity throughout this chaos, that, you accept that, all right, maybe I won't be able to cover it all. That's when you build a priority list that, my website is the most priority for me, followed by, let's say, Amazon, Blinkit, however you want to position your brand, whatever your category is.
Right.
In our case, the website, at least we had that leverage that,
Hmm.
we have time till 9th to
Correct.
prepare our stock.
Right.
So that so ultimately is going to go from
Hmm.
my warehouse.
Right.
So I have 100% control there.
And everything third-party platforms need to be planned way before. You cannot you don't know. You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
send everything.
But I'm very thankful that we've managed to create that, you know, a relationship early on with all these stakeholders, be
Correct.
it at Amazon, be it at Blinkit, be it at
Right.
Swiggy for that matter,
Right.
that they were very quick to help us.
Hmm.
That while most of the brands who are coming on Shark Tank are already present on
Correct.
these platforms, right?
Right.
So most of these brands who had already shot and received a deal, so now they were already preparing since the start of December, because
Correct.
they also didn't know, they for all they knew they could also come in the first week,
Right.
but people start prepping December onwards.
Correct.
So while these stakeholders understood that we were already late, they also understood that this is the time that they need to help us a bit. So really thankful that yeah, they turned up when it mattered. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Though that's the benefit of modern trade, right? If you
Yeah,
can get your foot in the door, then, and if they are ready, if you are in touch with the right people, then
yeah,
you can really move things forward. But yeah, prepping for all of this in like usually what I can compare is that if there's a brand shooting in September and they are the last ones to go live, then they have like like these 10
yeah,
months, and
yeah.
versus instead of 10 months you had like 1 month to do all of it, right? So,
Exactly.
super accelerated. Very interesting. So there's a very interesting insight as well, which I saw from your LinkedIn post itself, that Blinkit moved 8,000 packets in like a week.
Yeah.
So, like, why do you think quick commerce dominated so much versus anything else?
Well, it's so in terms of trials and user acquisition, quick commerce is the easiest for me, the fastest, because nobody wants to wait
Hmm.
10 days for even 5 days for oats, to
Correct.
have oats. That's something you would want to consume instantly. That's where quick commerce kicks in, I feel. That's the first thing. And the other thing, especially for a brand coming on quick commerce, regardless of the F&B category, I feel that if it's an impulse that I've just seen you on television and I want to try you, my enthusiasm and eagerness is right in this moment. After 2 3 days, I'll probably forget about you. I'll forget about the brand. So if I don't get it right now, I'd probably not transact with you. So that's number two. And lastly, so while I did have a lot more touch points via Blinkit, but my AOV is much higher on the website. So in terms of revenue, the website did significantly better
More, yes.
than Blinkit. But yeah, that's the reason why so many packets, single orders move a lot across Blinkit.
People would be ordering like one small thing on quick commerce, versus if
Exactly.
they're ordering from the website, then they'll probably want to try a couple of things, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so the entry, so for you to transact on my website, the cheapest product is for $500.
Right. Correct. And on Blinkit,
99,
yeah, that's
the single packet.
right.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's what makes a difference. Yeah.
Fair enough. So, with this, in these last 10 to 11 days, have you learned something about the customer that you think you did not know before the episode aired?
So about our existing customer, so this is not, I personally feel this is not the right time to maybe, dive much deeper into maybe customer insights.
Hmm.
This is a very personal take. Reason being, right now, most of the people who are consuming my product are consuming it out of that FOMO that, this brand just showed up on Shark Tank. They just want to try it. It is quite possible that it won't fit their daily lifestyle. It is not meant for them. They just
Right.
want to try it. So that's the reason why the customer insights. But overall, what did strike us is that since one of the USPs of the product is convenience, tier one continues to dominate for us. The fact that you can
Correct.
just tear the pouch open, add the product to milk, and it's set. That's super convenient for people, and it's an entire meal that's ready. You don't have to depend on anyone. You don't have to wait. You don't have to follow a strict recipe to make it. So all of that. So that is, and
Right.
hence the translation onto quick commerce.
And hence hence tier one being like
Yeah,
like the best market to this.
correct.
People have less
Hmm.
time. They're all in corporate jobs. They
Yeah,
need something quick and healthy. Yeah,
exactly.
fair. Yeah, that's very interesting insight. And do you think tier two will catch up eventually? Right.
The product, while it appeals more to someone in a fast-paced lifestyle, at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's also fulfilling a very core deficiency that Indians have is protein.
Right.
So this, and then that's when we realize that vegetarians in general resonate with this product.
That's true. That's true. Because also these days, I don't even know the whether chicken gives that much protein as it used to. Like the
Yeah.
chickens, unless you're
The egg thing was very
Oh
scary
yeah,
for me. Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
scary. That is scary because I
That was
think,
scary.
and the worst part was I think we've been ordering that specific brand. Although,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly the issue. As and when the reports dropped, I had at least a carton of eggs from that brand in my fridge, from my
exactly.
refrigerator.
Yeah, I think that's solid. I think that's a very that's the best way to go, because as it is in food, you never know, right? If you're
Yeah.
not following everything correctly, you never know what can go wrong where. Yeah. And so you mentioned a very interesting thing. You mentioned that there was clarity in chaos, if I'm not wrong, right? So operationally, what does that mean? Like what was the chaos and what was the clarity?
The chaos, as I mentioned, was that now when Shark Tank is happening, um, there are going to be 100 people who will reach out to
Right.
you, be it agencies, be it agencies for ads, agencies of content, agencies for branding. Everyone will reach out to you. There will be channel partners who will start reaching out to that, you should
Absolutely.
list a product here. Then there will be thousands of things that your investors will be telling you before the episode. Thousands of things other brand owners will tell you that, this is what you need to do. And that's when you realize that, there's a lot to be done. We don't have enough time to do it. And
Right.
that's when the chaos starts happening. So that's when you sit with your team, you clearly demark and set priorities that, this is where the entire business and the brand is headed this month. This is what we're planning. So if you think that whatever you're doing is not contributing to these priorities, just tell tell us that, this is this piece of work, I'm dropping it right now and I'll pick this up instead. So that is what the clarity meant, that, at least everyone on the team is on the same page before this happens, because you won't have time as soon as the episode airs to rewrite plans, to make a new plan. You'll have to make a good plan, and then at least stick to it is what you'll have to do. That's what provides
Of
the
course.
clarity in chaos.
Yeah, that's very very well put perspective, and I think you need to say no. I think, right, wherever
Yeah,
you think that because the value of your time then becomes exponentially more important than it was before,
exactly.
and maybe too much down the line again you have time for other things, but yeah, but initially, like during that time, managing
Exactly.
everything and making sure that you're saying yes to the right things, because yeah, with
Exactly.
every yes you're saying at least 10 no's, so implied no's, right? So
Implied no. Yeah.
very very interesting.
So there's opportunity. So that's what. So if you don't have that clarity beforehand, what to say yes to and
Correct.
what to say no to when
Hmm.
things are going down,
Right.
you won't have time to think. So at
True.
least if everyone's on the same page, things happen quicker. Things happen with fewer panic attacks. Happen with
I like how you say fewer panic attacks. There were some, for sure. I will not say no panic attacks, but yeah, fewer.
fewer.
Right.
That's what.
So there's a community question from Yash. He's asking, how did you keep your team from burning out when processing so many orders while the internet was going crazy about your Shark Tank appearance?
So yeah. So what? Okay. So interesting part of the prep, you also closed down. So okay, let me break this down. So the website, there are multiple SKUs that you can buy from my website.
Correct.
Then since we make single serve sachets as pouches, we also have this BYOB, build your own box,
Right.
where you can pick and choose whatever flavors you want and build your own box and get that. So we had two boxes running earlier, which was a box of 10 and a box of 30.
Right.
So we took a conscious decision to the box, shut off the box of 10
Hmm.
while it was contributing us significant revenue, but we stopped that because that is a box where we don't know what the consumer will pick.
Correct.
As opposed to my preset SKUs, let's say my assorted pack of 6, my assorted pack of 7 plus zipper packets I have.
Right.
Those are preset boxes which my team can pre-pack, keep, and just put on the side. That जैसे ही order आया, I just have to send this box.
Hmm.
I don't have to
Right.
pack it. So that's why we stopped the box of 10. So that, at least they don't have that unnecessary load. Next, so for Amazon, there are two models for you to ship your orders. One is where you send your stock to Amazon warehouses and
Right.
then they do the last mile. The second is where you ship directly from your warehouse
Correct.
to the
The
end consumer.
FBA versus the
Easy
easy
ship,
ship.
FBA
Yeah.
versus the easy
Right.
ship. Correct. So, so what we also did was that we made sure that we heavily send 90% of the stock to FBA so that the daily dispatching doesn't bother these
Right.
guys. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So all of these things we made sure so that the ops team doesn't get too exhausted, too burned out.
Hmm.
And we also expanded to, got a few more people in the picking and packing team, the ladies who work for us.
Right. Correct.
So we hired more of the women workforce from the NGO.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that at least you know that the order volume is going to come.
Right.
So might as well staff them correctly so that they don't have to worry about these things later.
Hmm.
Because you know that the order volume is going to come.
Yes, of
So that
course.
it's not as if on 10th I'll know that, I need to hire more people in my warehouse.
You can pre-prepare. And
Yeah.
where is this located, if I may ask?
So we operate, so the corporate team operates out of Gurgaon,
Right.
but our in-house manufacturing is set out of Kota.
Right.
That's where essentially the brand also
Correct. Yeah,
started.
you started in
Because Yash
Kota.
is,
Yes.
yeah,
Yash is from
Yash is from
Kota.
Kota.
Right.
Yes, that's how it started. And it's a great product, to be very honest. For me to be a part of Goat, one of the
Right.
biggest selling points was the product itself. And over the last, I've been with Yash for more than 12 months now, officially part of the thing for 10, 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout this time, I've never found a person who hates the product.
Correct. Or I think even hates Yash, right? When
Yeah, that's
I was
also true.
telling, when my team got to know that, that we're getting Goat Life, they were like, oh, that's Yash's brand. We love him. We love him. And I was like, okay, guys.
Yeah, and he is like that. He'll keep you happy, super fun, super focused when it comes to work. Great guy to have around and to learn from
Right.
because he's very focused when it comes to product and consumer. So I feel that's something that has helped us a lot. That, you will get these big moments when the traffic will come, when trials will happen. But what actually supports us is that we have a repeat rate of close to 40%.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah, that's solid. So if the product weren't that good, that won't happen. I feel that's purely because of the product. Of course, there are other retention tools that play that we run to
Right.
make sure that repeats are happening for us.
Correct.
But at the core of it, I feel the product is what
Of
dominates.
course. So there's a question, another from Chandra. He's asking that do you believe you will be implementing a price change strategy for tier 2 cities? Oh, very interesting. Just from the point of market capture.
All right. Price change might not happen,
Hmm.
but what might happen is that we might come up with bigger pack sizes.
Right. So if there's someone who's
So,
in a tier 2 city,
yeah.
then they can order in bulk and then.
And so while that will also not make the product significantly cheaper, but it creates that impression in the mind that if I'm buying in bulk, मेरे को सस्ता मिल रहा होगा.
Hmm.
So I just have to tap into that
Hmm.
mentality. Yeah, that's what we're planning for. But it's a very common strategy while entering tier two to
Right.
drop your price. But at times that just leads to brand dilution.
Hmm.
And we are very big on brand. We make sure I'm okay letting go of opportunities. I'm okay letting go of even money on the table if it's not aligning with my brand ethos. It's very important because there will be some collaboration,
Right.
some activations,
Correct.
which will seem great in terms of visibility, etc. But will it align with my brand ethos, my brand image? Probably not.
Hmm.
So I'll
So it's
probably let go.
those are difficult decisions to be
Yeah.
on, especially once you've become a national brand and once you are a household brand now. So yeah, so even like a small thing you do, it can affect greatly.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how
People
far.
catch on.
Yes.
Yeah, people catch on, and everybody wants to make cons. So
Right.
I can see a LinkedIn post happening as soon as I mark down my MRPs for a product for tier two. Here's what
Right.
this brand is doing. So the people are also very active now, and I feel if you don't want to dilute your brand, try to have consistent pricing all across.
Correct. There's Chandra is saying that one order is confirmed by end via this podcast. Thank you so much, Chandra. And there's another community question from her. She's saying, looking back, what small preparation made the biggest difference?
Okay,
This
that's
is
a
an
great
interesting
question.
question. Yes.
It's hard to put a finger on it,
Hmm.
but one of the changes would be to reprioritize the SKUs on my website
Hmm.
so that it's simpler for my ops to handle. That's
Right.
from a purely ops
Correct.
standpoint, to be very honest. From an overall business standpoint, is there any decision or any prep that we did? Discounts, checkout. No, I didn't think so. And I mean, there could be something, but I can't think of anything right now. Because there are plenty of things we did. We made sure that our funnel was right on the website.
Right.
Made a lot of changes on the website. We launched merch for the first time.
Hmm.
Just launched merch
Right.
because hot people eat breakfast. That was
Oh
something
yeah,
that
that
started
that was
trending.
solid. The hot people.
Yeah, that started trending, and you're like, all right, let's pick it up. Let's make some t-shirts and sell it.
Yeah, that is a good. I think these are the things which drive people to the brand, right? Then you say,
Yeah, exactly.
I remember Chandan Mendy, that other CBO
Yeah.
at Zepto. So he was saying the other day that you need to make people feel that okay, I am a Zepto kind of a guy, right? So like that T-shirt and those
Yes.
merch that makes you feel there. Okay, I'm a goat life kind of a person. So yeah,
Yeah, it's very important that
yes,
as soon as someone looks at a brand, they can either associate themselves with it or someone they know.
hmm,
And
right,
I look at this brand and I think of that person that I know.
right,
So It's important. So it and that comes from your social media presence, from how you interact,
Yes,
not just via social media posts, but with people in your DMs, with people in comments. Every single detail matters.
correct.
And from a single look, so how I like to see branding is that even if you pick any isolated post from GoatLife's page
Hmm.
in the last 3-4 months,
Right.
and you don't tell anyone that this is from Goat Life,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if the person has heard of the brand, they'll just look at that post and say, hey, this is like
Yes.
Goat Life,
Right.
even if I don't tell them it's from us. So that's something very important, that constant themes, that invisible theme needs to be there,
Hmm. True.
which ties it
True.
together.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so you look at something and you're like, okay, this is from this brand. Yeah, those are very subtle things to look at, but it's so hard to do that, right? It's not
Yeah, very
easy.
hard.
Yeah,
Very hard.
I've been running my company for 4 years, and I don't think we've still achieved that. So that's and actually
Very
that's
hard.
very interesting because Ashwin just asked this question. I think this was before we actually mentioned that. So Ashwin's question is that we all have heard a lot about how Goat came up with their genius marketing ideas, from the protein langar to becoming a Blinkit delivery executive. So Ashwin says that I'm very curious to know the entire brainstorming process and how do you come up with these ideas and plan the execution?
I mean, everything for us is eventually outcome backwards. How did the 30-day series, the Blinkit series happened for us was the outcome was we are going live on Blinkit. We want to sell at least 1,000 packets. So to give you a basic brief, we ran this campaign on Instagram where we did stupid viral ideas on our Instagram for 30 days straight. And we just kept on posting and tagging
Right,
Blinkit and just telling people that we're live on Blinkit, buy now, buy now, buy now. And we kept on updating people that, today we are going on a thela to sell oats. Today we are doing a protein langar. Today,
right,
today we are just wrapping the entire car with our packets and just taking it in Gurgaon. Things like
right,
that. Just stupid viral ideas to
right,
get noticed. So the final
correct.
outcome from where it began was that we want to increase our sales on Blinkit and tell the world that we are live on Blinkit. So
Mm-hmm.
then the idea came that let's do a series. Then it came 30 viral ideas. Then we started building a idea bank that these are the potential ideas that we can do.
Hmm.
And we started scripting a few.
Right.
So yeah, everything started outcome backwards. But yeah, of course, just the sheer stupidity and absurdity of ideas, I feel that comes from the overall environment that we have while
Right.
working together, because we just the only ideas that we say no to are that this won't ever make sense to people, that why we did it
Hmm.
as a brand.
Right.
If it's fitting there, if it's making sense, then it's not impacting my brand image.
Hmm.
I'd do anything stupid just on
Hmm.
the internet to get those eyeballs. Of course, that
Right.
changes now because now getting eyeballs is not the problem for us
Hmm.
anymore.
Yes.
So now I'm pretty sure the way we operate on socials is also going to evolve.
Will evolve a little, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think coming from
Hmm.
Yash and talking to you, it feels that I think the fun part will always be there. Like, fun, I mean that you
Yeah.
guys will have fun on social media. That's the most important thing, right? And so
Yeah.
we even with the protein langar, I saw like that protein langar went viral, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy, and I think everyone saw that. And I think more than anything else, the part which people love is that you guys are having fun doing that, right? And I think that's not going to change.
Yeah, that's not going to change. So we make sure that so the average age of all of us working together is 24 to 5.
Right,
That's the average age
right,
of all of us. Just and so we have our daily markers, things that everyone has to take care of
correct,
in their respective day-to-day tasks.
right.
Once that is done, the floor is now open for you to do any kind of
Hmm.
stupidity in terms to bring about any ideas that you have to,
Right.
just to brainstorm with everyone. Now we haven't had the time to do any of it
Of course, yeah.
from the past
Last month, two
past
months,
to 1 month at
1 month,
least, more than a
yeah.
month, in fact.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, so we make sure that there's some banter going on, there is some joke or the other being thrown around.
Interesting. So, we've already done quite some time and a lot of questions. So I'll ask a few more. Try
All
to
right.
end it by 9 o'clock. Even like during these 1 or 2 months, what is the biggest thing? There were two parts to this question that I thought you're gonna ask one because you've already. So I was gonna ask what is the biggest thing you learned about your team and your customers. I think we already know what you've said about your customers. So in these last 2 months, what has been the biggest thing you've internally learned about your own team? Be it Yash,
Right.
be it your juniors, like that doesn't matter, or both.
So, one thing I've noticed is that as soon as uh, as soon as the news came that we are going to air on the 9th,
Mm-hmm.
there have been people who've cancelled their train tickets around New Year's. So that love for the brand exists throughout the team. And why I think that exists is the freedom that has been given to the team, the freedom for the team to feel that it is their own brand.
Right.
It is our brand. You cannot for a second feel that it's just Yash's brand. It is our brand. And that feeling, the team actually loves working for Goat. That is one. The other, I realized that the team is super exhausted now. And a break is in order. That is for sure. What else did I notice? What I noticed was the multiple small things that panic. That panic only happens if you're very committed to the brand.
Right.
I won't start panicking for something I don't care about. That and everyone was ready to, everyone was coming up that, this is what there are a couple of members from the corporate team who are in quota for the last 10 days,
Wow.
helping the
The
ops team
ops
there.
team.
Yeah. So all of that. I mean, I do feel so this is something I guess Zakir Khan once said. The comedian was very off tangent, but
Very true, very true. And yeah, you're right. Like even with my team, skills and all तो सीख जाते हैं. मतलब वो सब सीख जाएंगे.
exactly.
थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे, but yeah, trust and the ability that that okay, we are together and we're in this together, and
Exactly.
that is more
Matters a
important.
lot.
That matters more. 100%. That's very true.
Yeah. I feel that could have happened a bit sooner, regardless.
Right.
So that is one thing I feel.
Don't think we have more time for it, but thank you for all your insights. There was, if it was my way, I would probably do a 3-hour podcast and keep asking more questions, but I'm sure our audience is also tired. And yeah, thank you for being so transparent about, what actually virality looks like behind the scenes. And most people only see the Yash sitting down on Shark Tank and everything going crazy, but yeah, behind the scenes there's so much more. That's just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And
Tip of one huge ass iceberg.
amazing. I hope
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time in the middle of all this chaos. I hope you get some sleep soon.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
It was
I love
my
the
pleasure, and it was my honor to have you in the middle of all of this. Wish you a very wonderful journey. All the best for
Thanks
the
so
YouTube video
much.
as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, man. Means a
All
lot.
right.
Right.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you.